Hi, welcome to Cooking with Mimi and You. Today I'm going to show you how you can start with one main entree such as a shrimp, fresh Gulf shrimp from Louisiana, and we're going to cook it one way but segue it to the next step into two different dishes. This way all diversified families like mine are happy. One will be a Filipino dish called Pinakbet, and the other one will be a traditional shrimp with pasta. So this shrimp, like I said, is fresh and it looks this way with the head, the tail, and the feelers. One thing to remember when it's fresh, never been frozen shrimp, I try to preserve the ocean taste, so I don't wash it until I'm ready to put it in the pot. So I start off with a scissor. Any scissor will do. It would be good if you had like a kitchen scissor. And these feelers here, depending on what your people are, if they're squeamish about it because they never had it, it's good to trim it. Otherwise, you can keep it on. See how clean it is now? Put it there. Likewise, this one, you just trim it. Very quick. Trim. Throw. Very quick. Just keep the head on. It's really firm also. That's what tells you that it's very fresh. If you see, if I squeeze it, there's no give. So it's a very, very fresh shrimp. So as you can see, we are ready to cook. I added half a stick of butter and some extra virgin olive oil and some fresh ground garlic. So we're sauteing the garlic here. Some secret white wine. Any white wine in your refrigerator will work. This is Sauvignon Blanc. And the shrimp goes in. Have the fire really high and quickly toss it. So now we have the shrimp here, as I would say, almost cooked, but we don't want to cook it totally because we are going to segue this into main dishes. But basically, this is it. We put it out and move it away from the fire so it doesn't overcook. Now, the first dish that we're going to prepare is Pinakbet. This is a Filipino dish. This is the first segue of the huge pot of shrimp that we made. We put some olive oil. I always like to add more garlic. You can never have enough garlic. Onions. And now we let that sit and cook. So now you see that the onion here is starting to turn translucent. It has a shiny see-through face. We now add the shrimp paste. You can get this at any store, any Asian store, Filipino store. It's shrimp paste. It gives extra flavor to the pinakbet. We have traditional vegetables with pinakbet, but you can really be very creative and just use whatever you want. If you have any favorite and whatever you like the best or your children will eat, use it. This is squash kabasa. Some ginger. Some okra. So after 10 minutes of letting this more sturdy, harder veggies to give it time to cook, we now add the eggplant. Eggplant's very soft, so we don't want that too overcooked. So this concoction of vegetables has been cooking for another 10 minutes after we added the eggplant. You see it's getting cooked and translucent again. Now we're gonna add the final ingredient, the bitter melon or ampalaya. We put the shrimps last so it doesn't overcook and it doesn't become rubbery. That's what happens when the fresh shrimp is overcooked, it turns into rubber. We put some of the sauce from the shrimp that we cooked to give it the shrimp flavor. Save that. Leave some for the pasta dish. I made this solution of 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and a cup of water. I use cornstarch for those celiac disease people. You use flour that has wheat, so that would affect your stomach. So we put this in. This gives it a really nice texture, and starch makes the food look glistening, very appetizing. So the second dish that we're gonna segue from our sauteed shrimp that we started earlier is the shrimp and pasta. This should cover the people that love Italian food. After we heat the pan, I used extra virgin olive oil. I put quite a bit because we have pasta that we don't want it to be sticking together, and it's also healthy for you. We then add the garlic. Put some salt. Like I said, every time I saute garlic, I season it with salt so it has the flavor in it. So as you can see, the garlic is turning brown. We don't want to overcook it because we don't want that burnt taste. So I actually turn it off so it continues to cook but not burn while I handle the pasta. So it's ready now for the addition of the pasta. And I add some basil just for color and really evens out the shrimp taste. After the basil, we add a 5-blend cheese here. It has Asiago, Parmesan, and aged cheddar, and all kinds of other cheeses that's in here that's good and yummy. I don't really know. The only thing I care about is the Asiago and the Parmesan. Everything else is an add-on. We toss it for a little bit just to get it soft and melted. And now we top it with half of our shrimp that we cooked earlier. I like to just dump it on the top so that people can help themselves with as many of the shrimp they want. Almost like a paella, only we have pasta underneath.